Can the Philadelphia 76ers without Joel Embiid get the job done tonight and get in the playoffs?
This is Locked On Bets, the daily betting show that means business from the Locked On Podcast Network. Hosted by Lee Sterling and Kevin Rogers, they're dropping fearless picks with an inside edge to put money in your pocket. If there's action, they've got the lock. This is where smart bets start. It's Locked On Bets.
Welcome to the Wednesday edition of Locked On Bets. Kevin Rogers and Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports with you. And as always, we appreciate you making Locked On Bets your first listen of the day here on the Locked On Podcast Network. And we're going to hit on both the NBA play-in games tonight. Magic 76ers, Warriors Clippers, already two games in the bag from last night. We'll talk about Charlotte advances an exciting overtime win. Portland gets past Phoenix, so the Blazers taking on the Spurs in the first round. Also a hockey play we'll get to. So, Lee, let's get right to it with the NBA wrong team favored.
What the WTF?
So the reason you had Heat Hornets last night, the 9-10, instead of 76ers Magic, is because the Flyers were at home, so the Sixers couldn't play there. So that's why the Heat Hornets had to go the first night, and Magic 76ers the second night. So we're still waiting to see who the 7th seed is out of the Eastern Conference, and we'll determine that tonight. Philadelphia at home hosting Orlando. So, Lee, what do you like here with the Sixers as a short favorite?
Yeah, so just like, last night, talked about Portland, we're talking about line movement. Line open up 4.5 point favorite for Phoenix and moved down to 3.5, and the sharp money was on the visitor. I think the sharp money here is on Orlando. There's a reason this price is short. Number one, Joel Embiid's not going to play. And when he doesn't play, totally different game. They pretty much have 5 guys. They stand outside. They set picks for each other, try to drive, shoot a layup, or shoot threes. And the problem with that is you got to have some inside game. The difference between Joel Embiid to Andre Drummond is like night and day. Andre Drummond, I think, one of the worst 5 to 7 backup centers. He can give you 10, 15 minutes. He's not a guy that's going to give you 25, 30 minutes. So that's the first problem. And then Orlando, they've been hurt most of the year. When they've been healthy, they have been very good. Both teams had the same record, but they really have a maybe kind of a big 4. Paulo Banchero, obviously, 22.2 points per game and 8.4 rebounds. Franz Wagner, 20.6 points per game. Desmond Bane, 20.1 points. And then Jalen Suggs, averaging 13.8 points and 5.5 assists. Philadelphia without Embiid, they've got 3 guys. That's it. And someone like Maxey or someone like Paul George, or both, they're probably going to have 2 guys score 25-plus points, and that's going to be tough. So I think Orlando knows how to play them. They're young. They're athletic here. Think they might even, like I said, be a little bit fresher. I'm going to take the Orlando Magic here. I'm going to take the 2 points here. Wrong team favored.
And we'll see who the Charlotte Hornets face coming up next, and they'll know their opponent coming up tonight. So looking back at last night with these games, Lee, starting with that Hornets Heat game where the Heat were in control for a lot of that game, and then Charlotte hits that 3 late in regulation to tie it, force overtime. Charlotte took control in overtime, and then Tyler Hero hit that 3. The Heat got the steal. He got fouled on a 3, made all 3 free throws. Unfortunately, I couldn't stop LaMelo Ball going through the lane, making that layup at the end to give Charlotte the win. But I guess the first thing, going back to LaMelo Ball with the Bam Adebayo injury, what were your thoughts on that? Was it coincidence? Was it intentional? What'd you think?
Oh, it's definitely intentional. You have to take a look at it. And there's a reason why people complain about NBA officiating. I don't know if he should have been thrown out, but it's not even I think it's, it's a level 2 technical. At worst case, level 1, and that could have been the difference in the game. And then on top of that, Bam never comes back after playing 11 minutes. So Khalil Ware was good. He had, I think, 12 points, 19 rebounds, but the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game in overtime, he was an absolute non-factor. They didn't even have him in for the last play. Can't figure that out. So I thought that strategy from Eric Spoelstra was a mistake. Should have left him in there as a rim protector. But, yeah, that was clearly technical or Melo Ball should have been thrown out of the game. So the officiating, I watch a lot of NBA games, go in person, and there's some really bad officials that are, I saw the list and the pictures of all the different officials that'll be doing playoff games. So what happens is the people that oversee the ratings on NBA officials are ex-officials. So they're friends with a lot of these older guys. They've officiated with a lot of them. So it's definitely biased towards the older guys with experience, and the younger officials might do a better job, but just not going to get a good enough rating and be able to officiate playoff games. So I think that affected the game, but you're not going to hear anything from the NBA about it. Or if there is a ruling, and let's say he gets a fine, LaMelo Ball, it'll be a short press release and it'll be buried somewhere and won't be brought up.
Then you look, Lee, at the second game from last night. The Blazers, they knock out they knock off the Suns. So Phoenix now will play the winner of Golden State and LA. And the Blazers, being the 7, this is going to be tough for them against San Antonio in the opening round. Spurs had a great season, but you got to give Portland a lot of credit. Chauncey Billups had his issues at the beginning of the season. He got removed as coach, and they found a way to get in the playoffs. So what do you think the Blazers could do possibly against the Spurs?
It's going to be a lot more interesting. May not be a 4-0 sweep. We could see, them take a game, maybe 2 games, very athletic and young. I'm more interested to watch the series. If Phoenix had gotten in as a 7, San Antonio was going to blitz them. I mean, at the most, they win a game. Phoenix just not a good team. They have a lot of holes. They're going to have to make some trades, do some things. And but with Portland, young team, and I like their scoring ability, they're going to present some problems for San Antonio. But the problem with San Antonio, they're just so deep and so young also. And Wemby being a rim protector and a scorer, they'll eventually win. But a lot more fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see how that series ends up. And we have Warriors-Clippers coming up. We'll have a pick on that in just a little bit. So we're going to now look at our NHL Hidden Gem.
To find a diamond in the rough, you need to dig a little deeper for those hidden gems.
So only 2 nights left in the NHL regular season, and all the playoff spots are spoken for. The only thing we got to find out is seeding in several games. But this one, we don't have to worry about it because the Lightning, they are tied with the Canadiens in points, but they have more regulation wins, and Montreal's done for the season. So the Lightning will host the Canadiens in the first round. So not a lot to play for in this game tonight. Lightning hosting the Rangers in Tampa. And we're going to take the Rangers in the first period tonight against Tampa Bay. Now, it's not really that high of a price. I mean, right now, you even can get it at around minus 105, minus 110 on the Rangers. But here's the reason why I like New York. So Tampa Bay, I got this number for you, Lee. You'll like this. They have not led after the first period in 14 consecutive games. 14. And since the Olympic break, they've led once at home after the first period at home. So they have not been good starters, and they have nothing to play for tonight, Tampa Bay. They just want to get through this one and move on to the playoffs this weekend against Montreal. And I understand New York, they've had a disastrous season. They just lost the Panthers on Monday. Got to guess Igor Shesterkin will start tonight because Jonathan Quick made his final start on Monday night. I'm going to go with the Rangers in the first period. If it's a tie, it's a tie. But I'm going to go with them. I just can't trust Tampa Bay at this point in the opening period. 14 consecutive times you haven't led. Let's make it 15. Let's go with the New York Rangers in the first period tonight against Tampa Bay as our NHL Hidden Gem.
Boy, you got a lot of stats there to back that one up. I'm certainly going to ride with you here. I think Tampa Bay has 0 to play for. You'll see almost no energy. It'll be like an exhibition game, in my opinion, for Tampa Bay.
That's what we're seeing with a lot of these games here down the stretch. And, yeah, we'll know by tomorrow probably all the seedings around the NHL. So some matchups we know, some we still don't know. Coming up, we will take a look at the NBA, go back to the late game tonight, the Warriors and the Clippers, and we'll hit on that late night game. That is straight ahead. You are listening to the Wednesday edition of Locked On Bets. Let's talk now about FanDuel and the NBA playoffs. They are coming right up, and every possession matters. Every matchup is magnified, and every game can swing a series. And right now, FanDuel is giving new customers a great way to get in on the action. You can bet just $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Also, what's cool about the app is you can follow the action with player stats, trends, and matchups all in one place. You want to handicap your games, go to FanDuel, and you can find everything there. And if you want to bet on the play-in games or even look ahead to this weekend with the opening games in the NBA playoffs, you can get money lines, sides, totals, player props, anything you want on these games. And also, if you want to take that extra step and maybe bet on who's going to win the title, Oklahoma City, will they do it again and repeat? They're the favorites. Or go to teams like the Spurs, the Pistons, the Knicks, the Celtics, the Lakers, the Nuggets. So many different teams. You get some good price on some of them if you go against the grain and maybe go against Oklahoma City to win the title. But a lot of great options moving forward with the NBA playoffs. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. FanDuel, play your game. The NHL playoffs are here, where every shift matters, every moment is intense, and the pressure is at its highest. And just like performance matters on the ice, it matters off the ice too. That's where Rugiet comes in. Rugiet offers treatment designed to help you get ready and stay ready when it matters. And their top option, Rugiet Ready, combines clinically proven ingredients in a simple mint that dissolves under your tongue. It works fast, often in about 15 minutes, and can last up to 36 hours. And they also offer Go Long, which is designed to help with both performance and control. It's all about confidence and feeling like yourself again. Head to Rugiet.com/LockedOnNHL and get your 15% off your ED treatment. That's RUGIET.com/LockedOnNHL for 15% off. Rugiet, performance medicine for men. Locked on Bets continues here on a Wednesday. Kevin Rogers and Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports. We went over the first game, Magic Sixers, earlier. Now let's look ahead to the second game tonight. The 9-10 winner moves on to play the Phoenix Suns. The loser goes home. Warriors and Clippers. Time now for our blowout special.
Oh, boy. Last one out, turn off the lights. This one's a blowout.
All right, the Warriors and the Clippers, two Pacific Division rivals, and we know the Warriors all beat up at this point of the season. We'll see what Steve Kerr's got in the bag for tonight against the Clippers. Lee, what do you like?
Yeah, so the line movement here, we're talking about line movement a lot in these playoff games. Started at 3.5 for the Clippers, up to 5.5. The total has also moved up from 219.5 to 221.5. Money coming in over 75% on the favorite and also the over. And I think that it's warranted. Why do I say that? This is a different Clippers team that started 5-16 and a different Warriors team that started okay. Clippers right now are rolling. I think that the trade was masterful, shipping off James Harden for Darius Garland. It really, I thought, addressed a fit issue, and it was dragging the offense. And then sending Zubac also for Benedict Mathurin. Also, really good high-energy guy off the bench who had 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists off the bench in his game on Sunday. So I like the match right now and the mesh of this team here. I think they can push the pace. They can also play half-court offense and defense better. The Warriors, since Jimmy Butler was injured, just playing out the string here. Steph Curry has played very little since that time here. Outside of Steph Curry, there's no one that scares you offensively. So I think they're going to double him a lot, and I think State's going to really struggle here. I'm going to lay the 5.5 here. Blowout special. Clippers, big time. They might be the only team so far as a favorite to get the W.
Yeah, and see if the Clippers will match up with the Suns coming up in that final game of the play-in tournament. If they can end up winning tonight. So, Lee, what's going on at Paramount Sports? Major League Baseball, busy time now. NBA playoffs right around the corner, and the Stanley Cup playoffs starting this weekend.
Yep, NBA playoffs and playoff special price, normally $297 for the entire playoffs, $97. Get it at the website, ParamountSports.com, or call me, 800-400-9741. Like I said, $97 for almost 2 months of action. And then the UFC, no one hotter. I think we're 28 out of 39 winning UFC cards. Only went 7-0-1 and should have been 8-0 in the card on Saturday night, Miami UFC 327. So I'm going to probably have a free selection Thursday and Friday. Like the card a lot going this weekend, coming from Canada, so from Winnipeg, actually. You want to get involved, check everything out. UFC card will also go up tonight. Just one place, ParamountSports.com.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Locked On Bets, and the podcast you can find on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast. Type in Locked On Bets, and you'll be all set. For Lee Sterling, I am Kevin Rogers. Thank you so much for tuning into this edition of Locked On Bets right here on the Locked On Podcast Network.